Hey yo, what up? This is Music G repping the Underground Army. You're tuned in to Jay Steele's and Ack Reacher 45, The War Report. Tuesday nights on YouTube, live and direct is the show. Saturday nights on 93.3 FM CFMU, giving y'all that new news and hip hop interviews.
She got the inner aura of a devil, yeah, she got a nice body, but she ain't on my level. No offense, but my life needs suspense, so I'ma get acquainted with her anyways I represent. Oddfella, I'm pleasured by your circumstance. Old girl got me jonesing with a certain stance. Turn around, shorty, and let me pet you down. You ain't down with it, well that's a standard now. Yeah, you fly to the fingertips, liquor on your breath like you probably don't remember this. Amnesia, you tell me that I need you, but all I really need is you to shake, no seizure. I know your booty's so morbid and you're trying to get me caught in your orbit before I explore it. Yeah, damn, she be a bitch since you look like candy, but she smells like prison. I don't know. Thick thighs and her hair's did too. I don't really know about you. Yeah, she wants slow and she knows how to move. No, I don't really know about you. Big booty and a big ego too. I don't really know about you. She got friends and they all coming through. I don't really know. Yeah, I know a lot of things, but I don't know about you. You like to talk loud and you got a wild crew. You say you getting money, girl, I ain't seeing nothing, but you begging for some drinks like I ain't seeing coming true. You got a good look, so you can get a breezy and a draw from a blizzy, girl, it's all a good leisure. You ain't making moves yet, I ain't trying to tease you, I'm just trying to read you. You follow my procedure, I got a funny feeling niggas looking at me vexed, and there ain't no pride beef, so they must be your exes. I need to know, cause shorty I'm a CEO, and I'm hitting different spaces you don't even know that I can day trip. You trying to get me tripped up, but I'm something like a pimp, how I limped up. And even though I heard enough about you, I don't really know about you, no. Thick thighs and her hair's did too. I don't really know about you. Yeah, she wants slow but she knows how to move. No, I don't really know about you. Big booty and a big ego too. I don't really know about you. She got friends and they all coming through. I don't really know. I don't really know about you.
Y'all know what it is.
No, I don't really know about you.
Baby, yeah, you most hated Oddfella.
I don't really know about you.
This is that Wake and Bake show. We starting off real early this morning. Yes, indeed. Everybody that's smash that like button as you fall on in. Welcome to the War Room. This is the War Report. TWR. You know what I mean? As such, y'all know what it is. The Wake and Bake. We are puffing on some frosted fruitcake, courtesy of Captain Redbeard. Yes, indeed. The frosted fruitcake is definitely blazing nice this morning. But the topic of this show today, this Wake and Bake show today, and I mean, as the sun rises and as the blunts get rolled up, is Uncle Ortiz. Yes, indeed. I'm gonna speak on Uncle Ortiz this morning. I mean, it might ruffle a couple feathers, it might rub some folks the wrong way. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. You coming into the war room, you coming into the smoke, and I'm gonna give you that smoke this morning. Salute to the Queen from Long Island, Strong Island, Tay Brown, Tay MMA, Combat Entertainment. I can't wait to see your channel. Like I said, Queen, let me know if you need any assistance with graphics or something like that. And I mean, I got you. And I mean, most definitely. There ain't no just no idle offer. You know what I mean? utilize that. You know what I mean? So salute to the queen that's up in the chat, always supporting the war room and whatnot. We might have to one of these shows, we might have to get you up in here and have correspond on some MMA talk, because I'm definitely interested, going off on a tangent, but I'm definitely highly interested in Francis Ngannou against Cyril Gane coming up, the end of the month, January 22nd or something like that. So yeah, that's definitely a big fight, and I'm definitely interested to hear your take on it. Yeah, has anything changed? Are you still riding with Francis? You know what I mean? So we gonna get into that, you know what I mean, at a further date. But this date right here, we're gonna be talking about your favorite uncle Ortiz, in the dig, because I just got to keep it real. I just got to keep it real in the field, you know what I mean? And I think it's not so much what Uncle Ortiz is doing that's bothering me. I think it's more so the fan base. Yes, 503. Yes, 503. Salute. You know what I mean? If you want a link, yeah, just let me know. But I felt I would do this, you know what I mean, on the dolo. I don't want to get the brothers, you know what I mean, mixed up in my shenanigans when it comes to Uncle Ortiz this morning. But yeah, thanks for rocking with me this morning, 503. But yeah, I don't know if it's so much my disdain for Uncle Ortiz himself, or if it's for his newly arisen fan base that's come out of woodwork, you know what I mean? And I'm gonna go deep into that, you know what I mean, because all of a sudden Ortiz has this huge fan base that are crying foul, that consistently calling him the boogeyman, getting away with little duckeries and certain dirt here and there. I'm gonna break it all down, and I'm gonna remind, you know what I mean, y'all who your favorite uncle is. You in the dig? That's real talk. But once again, salute to the usual suspects. It is the usual suspect thing, you know what I mean? Before we get into anything, let's salute the sponsors, get into this new commercial right here. Let's get it.
Man, you're a slob.
Yeah, but it all has a system, Dave. It all makes sense when you look at it right. You gotta, stand back from it, you know? You wanna see a real horror show? See my garage.
It's a usual suspect thing.
Yeah, I know them such and such, but them niggas around me different.
Bringing you the best MCs who have graced the war room. The first annual TWR All-Star Selection Show, hosted by your favorite yet your most hated Oddfella and Ack Reacher 45, live on YouTube, Thursday, January 20th, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Brought to you by the usual suspects, because you fit the description.
This isn't just anything. This is the War Report.
Yes, indeed. This is just isn't anything. This is the War Report. We back, you know what I mean? Once again, salute to the usual suspects. All-Star Selection Show going down January 20th. Be on the lookout for that, you know what I mean? All the dopest MCs that have graced the war room, you know what I mean, done their listening sessions or whatnot. We gonna have them back, you know what I mean, and make the best of the best who gonna be on the All-Star team. We gonna see January 20th, but y'all know what it is. Salute, smash that like button as you fall on in. The topic is your favorite uncle Ortiz. in a dig. Your favorite Uncle Ortiz, and I'm gonna go in most definitely on Uncle Ortiz. Before I go in on Uncle Ortiz, for real, yes, good morning, NBA D Nights. That's what it is, you know what I mean? Salute. You got Faith in the Cross in the building as well. Salute. That's what it is. Alright? But before I go into Uncle Ortiz as such, I want to give Uncle Ortiz his flowers. You know what I mean? I want to give Uncle Ortiz his flowers and salute him the way he's supposed to be saluted. You know what I mean? Y'all want to call him the boogeyman, which I don't agree with. I don't call him the boogeyman. What I call him is the best modern era Cuban heavyweight thus far. You know what I mean? He's the best modern day Cuban heavyweight I've seen thus far. You know what I mean? He gets those flowers. He gets those flowers definitely. You know what I mean? He's been over here at least a decade since he's defected, and Luis Ortiz has been able to maintain the same level of intimidation, the same level of physicality and athleticism when he comes to the ring. You know what I mean? Well, we want to question how old he is. He might be an elder statesman in the sports now, but we see he's a man that comes in shape, comes in pretty decent shape for the most part. He doesn't balloon up over 300 pounds or 280. He's always coming in and around 240, 250 pounds. You know what I mean? And you can't say that for a lot of these highly touted, highly hyped Cuban heavyweights that were supposed to be the next great heavyweight champion. Let's go back in history at some of the Cuban heavyweights that were supposed to be great. You know what I mean? The only thing that they was great for was having ridiculous hairstyles, greatly ridiculous hairstyles. As you see right here, this guy challenged Riddick Bowe, I believe, for the WBC title years back. Jorge Luis Gonzalez, worst hairstyle ever in boxing. You know what I mean? He got the horseshoe going on. You know what I mean? But that, he was heavily hyped. He was a big heavyweight at the time. He was, I think, 6'6", 6'7", and Riddick Bowe had no problem knocking and stopping this guy. You know what I mean? We also had another heavily hyped Cuban heavyweight that those of y'all might remember who remember the HBO Boxing After Dark programs and whatnot might have caught this guy on one of those telecasts. Oladir Solis, heavily hyped Cuban fighter. I believe he might have been a silver medalist in one of the Olympics. Yes, you know what I mean? Orlando Solis defected. Initially went over to Germany, did his thing, and if I'm correct, he ended up challenging for a title shot against Vitaly Klitschko. Vitaly Klitschko made short work of Oladir Solis. You know what I mean? Another overhyped Cuban heavyweight that, you know what I mean, once they got to a certain level, they ate themselves out of a position. You know what I mean? Now let's move on, because this guy, he's more accredited in the professional ranks. You know what I mean? This guy right here, the third guy you see, is the Samuel L. Jackson looking motherfucker, is Juan Carlos Gomez. Now Juan Carlos Gomez had a long reign at cruiserweight. He was the long reigning WBC cruiserweight champion over there hiding out in Germany while he was doing it. You know what I mean? Germany is definitely a destination of choice for Cuban defectors. So he made his home base, he made his headquarters out in Germany, and did his thing there. Reigned for a while at cruiserweight and decided to move up to heavyweight, where I remember at the time I was a believer in Juan Carlos Gomez, that he was going to be a problem in the heavyweight division with his size, being He was 6'4", you know what I mean? He had a decent physical body, you know what I mean? And he had excellent boxing skills. So you put that together, moving up to the current heavyweights at the time, the Klitschko's was still there. So, of course, he being affiliated with the WBC, he had to fight Vitaly Klitschko, and Vitaly Klitschko wrecked him. After Vitaly Klitschko wrecked him, we didn't see too much more from Juan Carlos Gomez. He literally turned into somewhat of a journeyman, and stayed kind of like on European level at the heavyweight division. Another highly touted Cuban heavyweight that didn't turn into a heavyweight champion, didn't really fulfill that great professional career. Lastly, we have Ramon Garbe. Ramon Garbe, I don't know if y'all remember Tuesday night fights back in the day and shit. The USA Tuesday night fights on the USA Network and all that shit. Ramon Garbe was all over that. The Friday night fights and all that. He was that type of fighter. You know what I mean? They was hyping him up. I remember Teddy Atlas hyping him up. Him and Joe Papa, if that's his name. You know what I mean? They was hyping this guy up to be. But if I can remember, he might have started off in the light heavyweight division and ate himself into the heavyweight division, where he literally turned into food. Literally turned into food for the heavyweights. And he's another a Cuban disappointment. Yeah, he's another Cuban disappointment. So that's why, before I really get into this slaughtering of Uncle Ortiz, of what's going on right now, I have to give him his flowers. I have to give my man his flowers. You know what I mean? Because he is definitely the best. He's definitely the best Cuban heavyweight of this era. You see, I just showed you the list. All those Cuban heavyweights that ate themselves out of the position, but your uncle, you know what I mean, has maintained and sustained his credibility. For those of y'all that didn't see the highlights of the fight, look at here, I got it. You know what I mean? We gonna check this fight out, but we gonna break it down more in depth on Saturday's Wake and Bake show. You know what I mean? We're gonna have all the brothers pass through and whatnot. Gonna slow down the tape and whatnot, but let's backtrack and check out these highlights from Saturday night. you saw it there. You know what I mean? I saw a lot of I saw a lot of punches behind the head. To be real, I saw a lot of punches behind the head. But we gonna definitely break that down in further detail on Saturday morning's Wake and Bake show and whatnot. You know what I mean? Because we gonna slow it down properly. I saw a lot of punches behind the head. I saw a lot of tripping. But it is what it is. Uncle Ortiz definitely got the victory. And but the question is, who's he gonna fight next? And that's in the chat right now. You know what I mean? Who is he gonna fight next? Is he gonna fight his nephew Sanchez? Is he gonna go with Andy Ruiz? Perhaps is he gonna go with Charles Martin rematch? I know I had another one up on there on the list, but who y'all think is gonna get the next fight for Uncle Ortiz? Is it Philip Hergovich? KG don't like that. You know what I mean? We'll show up Saturday morning, you know what I mean, and speak your piece. You know what I mean? Because we definitely gonna slow it down. And I'm gonna show you why I think that referee was dirty and the stoppage wasn't right for Charles Martin. And he definitely deserves a right, you know what I mean, to get himself some vengeance, get himself a rematch and whatnot. But in the latest news, we have it because it's funny. It's funny that shout out the brothers, Usual Suspect Ting. We was on the Beltway and I think Cadillac Red posed a question, who should Uncle fight next? And a lot of us on the panel said Philip Hergovich, right? A lot of us on the panel said Philip Hergovich. He's already rated number 2 in the IBF. Charles Martin was the number 1, so that takes him out of the equation. So Luis Ortiz, it makes sense for Uncle Ortiz, Luis Ortiz, to match up with Philip Hergovich for the final eliminator to see who fights for that IBF strap next. You know what I mean? That makes sense to me. You know what I mean? So Hergovich's team says, yeah, okay, yeah, we're on board with that. We want that smoke. We want Uncle Ortiz pronto. You know what I mean? I don't know if they said they're sending them an offer, but they said they want him to fight. They want the fight, and we'll see what Team Ortiz says. You know what I mean? Days pass, and we have got our response from Team Ortiz and the Team Ortiz doctor, Dr. Nick Riviera, and he has decreed that your favorite uncle has a fractured hand. Your favorite uncle has a fractured hand, therefore he will not be able to take part in the Philip Hergovich fight for that IBF mandatory. Now let's take it back, because I just showed you the fight. The fight highlights between your uncle and Sir Charles Martin, and I didn't see no inklings or any evidence of an injured hand. You know what I mean? Not at all. I didn't see any evidence of an injured hand. But let's further look into the headlines. You know what I mean? After the fight. Let's look into the headlines after the fight. It says, I don't know who I'm going to fight, but I want it to be soon. This is Ortiz saying this. I don't know who I'm going to fight, but I want it to be soon. Neither want nor can I guess waste time. Excuse my logo, my beautiful logo. I think I have secured myself a good fight in the future. To many observers, it appears Ortiz was on his way to a loss after suffering 2 knockdowns and being outboxed in some rounds, but the Cuban puncher's corner kept him calm. When Luis got to the corner, I calmed him down and told him everything he was doing wrong, explained Coach Herman Caicedo. I told him that that what he wanted was going to come, but he had to box. Do not look for the win with a single punch. He had to use the jab more and move smart. None of that I've just read has anything that says anything with regards to a hand injury. We have the first opening statements of Ortiz, your uncle, saying that he wants to be out there as soon as possible. I don't know who I'm going to fight, but I want it to be soon. When Ortiz got back to the corner, his coach, Herman Caicedo, was giving him instructions of what he was doing wrong. Ortiz, your uncle didn't come back to the corner saying, yo, my hands hurt. That's why I'm throwing single punches. Stop it. Stop it. Let's further on with this article. Ortiz says it was very difficult going southpaw against southpaw. At the end of the day, I won. Intelligence won the fight. So he further is not speaking of no hand injury. None. Not a bruising, not no swelling, not no fracturing. Nothing to do with his hand. Martin was able to rise to his feet and look to hold with over 2 minutes left in the round, but Ortiz was relentless in his attack of foul rabbit punches, which they don't claim, and some low blows, which eventually forced the referee Frank Santori, who really should take this L, to wave off the belt. 137 into the 6th round. Despite trailing on all 3 scorecards coming into the final round, Ortiz landed an impressive 50% of his power punches, including 19 of 23 in round 6. He had no problems landing 19 to 23 punches in round 6. No problems with his hands. Now all of a sudden, Hrgović is on his doorsteps, knocking on his door, saying, yeah, I got the IBF ticket. Yeah, let's do this. And now Ortiz don't want to come outside. Your favorite uncle don't want to come outside. Ortiz continues. I maintained the faith the entire time. I knew I had my family and these fans behind me. I told everyone that this fight would be fireworks. He knocked me down, but I finished him, and I respect him now. I respect him a lot, and now I'm coming after every heavyweight in line for the title. Brothers, sisters, did you hear what? Did you just see that last line? I respect him a lot, and now I'm coming after every heavyweight in line for the title. Every heavyweight in line for the title. Well, my brother, Filip Hrgović is in your line of sights. He's in line for the title. He's the number 2. He's actually ahead of you. He's actually above you. He's actually supposed to be for your final eliminator. But now all of a sudden, you got a fractured hand. Once again, brothers and sisters, nowhere in these articles where Ortiz is talking up his fight and talking up his future, is he mentioning his fractured hand, his hurt hand. It's coming from Dr. Nick Riviera. That's where it's coming from. All of a sudden, you got a hurt hand. Let me bring it back, because I'm not going to talk about your dirty uncle's past with regards to PEDs. I want to talk about your dirty uncle's past with regards to Wilder, because I can seemingly make the correlation of just a new Uncle Ortiz fan base with the Wilder fan base. But let me be divisive up in this shit and remind y'all a little bit of something. 2019 by Anthony Cox. Go holler at him. Don't shoot the messenger. Luis Ortiz labels Deontay Wilder a dirty fighter. Wants an all-Latin unification with Andy Ruiz. What's up with that? Y'all don't remember that? Y'all forget that? If there was anything gleaned from Ortiz's side of this conversation, it was the intent that Wilder's actions, antics should be different this time, as opposed to the illegal blows that Wilder flows with the inside of his fist when he throws punches from the top to the head down, which should be illegal and borderline criminal, Ortiz explains through his trainer, Herman Caicedo. Y'all don't remember that? Y'all don't remember that? Okay. I don't know what's going on here, but I smell duck sauce myself. And that's why I'm trying to show you the evidence properly, giving you the facts and the truth that's out there. Not no hearsay. Now all of a sudden, your uncle got the hand injury. It seems like every top guy that's supposed to fight Hrgovic has an injury. Andy Ruiz seemed to do the same thing. Injury. Let me look at this. Let me look at this poll right quick and see what's going on. Andy Ruiz is winning with 50% of the votes, surprisingly. Just moved to 57%. We gonna see. We gonna see what happens next. I wanted that Hrgovic fight next. It would have been nice, but I'm not hating too tough. I'm not hating too tough if the PBC cooks up this fight right here. Family matters. Nephew versus uncle. Yeah? How y'all like this one? Nephew Sanchez versus Uncle Ortiz. Were they not setting it up for us? Think about it. They planted the seed in the preliminaries when they showcased two Cuban undefeated heavyweights, Giovanni Bruzon and Linear Pero. The whole telecast, they was going on back and forth about, how we don't usually see two Cuban heavyweights matched up against each other. We want to change that. We want to change that perception. They kept on, for some reason, reiterating that, banging that over the head. Are they planting the seed? Because PBC is looking to match nephew versus uncle next. They want us to get used to the ideal of seeing two Cuban heavyweights matched up together. So they did it on the preliminaries first. Bruzon versus Pero. They put nephew on uncle's undercard. Will that be the next main event on pay-per-view? Family disputes. Nephew versus uncle. It's a good fight. It's definitely a good fight. The best Cuban heavyweight of the modern era against the young prince that really has a chance to supplant Uncle Ortiz from his throne of being the best Cuban heavyweight of the modern era. But y'all know what it is. Let me take a look at that. Let me take a look at that poll real quick again. Andy Ruiz still up in the lead. I'm surprised. Ruiz has been inactive. He's supposedly been out with some type of knee injury himself. Andrew Ruiz didn't look all that impressive against Cristobal Areola. Is Andy Ruiz deserving of some type of title eliminator? Albeit it's a good fight, but he would be the last of my picks. He would be the last of my picks for Uncle Ortiz next. But there you have it. You know what I mean? I spoke my piece on the whole Uncle Ortiz situation. Once again, we gonna break down the film study, Luis Ortiz and Charles Martin, Saturday morning on the Wake and Bake Show. We gonna break it down, slow it down, and we gonna see those foul blows, you know what I mean, that got your relentless King Kong Ortiz the victory. We also gonna continue to talk heavyweight boxing. You know what I mean, and what this means and what happens next in the future for not only Ortiz, but where does Charles Martin go from here? But smash that like button on your way out. Salute to everybody that passed through this early morning. And I mean, this was the Wake and Bake Show featuring your boy, your Uncle Ortiz and whatnot. Don't forget, of course, it's the usual suspect Ting. Big Ting's on the horizon. Facebook platform is up and running. Go find us on Facebook. Instagram will be coming soon. This will funnel all the members of the usual suspects content, individual content and whatnot. So definitely be on the lookout for that. Once again, we are usual suspects on Facebook. Link is in the description of all our individual channels. Make sure you follow us all and subscribe to us all. Y'all know what it is. It's your favorite yet your most hated Oddfella. Salute to the whole LDBC. And I'm Gizon. It's a usual suspect Ting.
So I got with a sick tight click and went all out.
Wow, what up with it? What up with it? It's your boy Cadillac Red. Make sure you go subscribe to Supreme Beast Boxing Talk. Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, 4:15 Eastern Standard Time. We bullshitting on the Beltway. And you know you might catch a battle rap recap or a Crescent City Convo out your boy. You know what I'm saying? Talk to me, but don't talk to me spicy. Make sure you go subscribe to The War Report, The Oddfella. You know he keep a live listening session, a weed review, or he might slide up on you with a wake and bake hot boxing topic. You already know what it is. And make sure you go subscribe to 503 Lion. You know we stay on the hunt. Early morning, midday, late night, shit. Even on the weekends, you gonna catch a fight pray party. Shit, what content? Who got content? 503 got that content. Make sure you subscribe to the homie Jab Jamboree, Ack Reacher, Sundays, 5 p.m. Night Court will be in session. And he'll pop up on you with a hot boxing topic or a battle rap preview. Trust in Judge Galvatron. He'll never steer you wrong. Make sure you go subscribe to Stay Ready Boxing TV. If he ain't giving you ringside views, he giving you ringside interviews. You already know if you can't find him, Google him. You ain't got to get ready if you stay ready. Make sure you go subscribe to Supreme Beast Boxing Talk with KG. You already know he's going to have sparring sessions and them interviews, though, on deck. It's only one underscore, but we still call him KG, though.